Introduction. Effective communication is a cornerstone of our relationships and interactions with others. It plays a vital role in fostering understanding, resolving conflicts, and building meaningful connections. However, communication can often be fraught with misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and emotional reactivity. In the pursuit of improving our communication skills, we can turn to the ancient philosophy of Stoicism for valuable insights and practical guidance. Stoicism, developed in ancient Greece by philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offers a comprehensive framework for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. At its core, Stoicism teaches the cultivation of wisdom, resilience, and emotional equilibrium. By applying Stoic principles to communication, we can enhance our ability to express ourselves authentically, listen empathetically, and engage in meaningful dialogue. In this two-part essay series, we will explore the intersections of Stoicism and the practice of mindful communication. Part 1 will delve into the foundational Stoic principles that can inform and shape our approach to communication. We will explore concepts such as self-awareness, emotional regulation, and the importance of intentionality. In Part 2, we will dive deeper into specific practices and strategies for mindful communication rooted in Stoic wisdom. Stoic principles for mindful communication. 1. Self-awareness and intentionality. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-awareness as a starting point for personal growth and ethical living. In the context of communication, self-awareness involves understanding our own thoughts, emotions, and biases. By cultivating self-awareness, we can become more mindful of our communication patterns, tendencies, and their impact on others. Stoicism also highlights the significance of intentionality in our actions. Applying this principle to communication means approaching conversations with conscious intentions. Before engaging in a dialogue, we can reflect on our desired outcomes and the values we aim to uphold. By aligning our intentions with virtues such as honesty, empathy, and respect, we set the stage for mindful and effective communication. 2. Emotional regulation. Central to Stoic philosophy is the understanding that our emotions are influenced by our thoughts and judgments. Stoics argue that it is not external events themselves that disturb us but rather our interpretations of those events. This insight has profound implications for communication, as it encourages us to regulate our emotions and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By practicing emotional regulation, we can avoid being carried away by anger, frustration, or defensiveness during conversations. Stoic teachings prompt us to question our initial emotional reactions and consider alternative perspectives. This process allows us to respond with patience, tolerance, and understanding, even in challenging or conflict-laden situations. 3. Empathy and compassion. Stoicism places great importance on empathy and compassion as essential virtues for ethical living. In the context of communication, empathy involves actively seeking to understand the experiences, perspectives, and emotions of others. By putting ourselves in their shoes, we can develop a deeper connection and foster mutual understanding. Compassion, on the other hand, entails responding to others' suffering or difficulties with kindness and support. Stoics encourage us to approach conversations with a genuine concern for the well-being of others. Through empathy and compassion, we create a safe space for open and honest communication, where individuals feel heard, validated, and respected. 4. Thoughtful listening. Effective communication is not only about expressing ourselves but also about being attentive and receptive listeners. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of thoughtful listening as a means to better understand others and cultivate meaningful connections. Thoughtful listening involves giving our full attention to the speaker, without distractions or preconceived judgments. It requires suspending our own agenda and ego-driven desires, allowing the speaker's words and emotions to be fully received. By practicing thoughtful listening, we demonstrate respect, validate the speaker's experiences, and foster an environment of trust and openness. Part 2. Specific practices and strategies for mindful communication. 1. The pause and reflect method. Stoicism teaches us the importance of pausing and reflecting before responding in conversations. This practice allows us to cultivate patience and avoid impulsive reactions. When faced with a potentially challenging or emotionally charged situation, taking a moment to breathe and reflect can help us respond with thoughtfulness and clarity. By intentionally creating space between stimulus and response, we can choose our words and tone more consciously, promoting understanding and reducing the likelihood of conflict. 2. Reframing perspectives. Stoicism encourages us to examine our own assumptions and biases, as well as those of others, in order to foster open-mindedness and empathy. One powerful technique for reframing perspectives is the practice of view from above. This involves mentally stepping back from a situation and considering it from a broader perspective. By doing so, we gain a sense of objectivity and can better understand the motivations and experiences of others. This reframing allows us to respond with compassion and tolerance, even in the face of disagreement or differing viewpoints. 3. Applying Stoic virtues. Stoicism emphasizes the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues can serve as guiding principles for our communication. For example, wisdom encourages us to seek understanding and consider different viewpoints before forming judgments. Justice reminds us to treat others with fairness and respect, valuing their dignity and worth. Courage allows us to express ourselves authentically, even when it may be uncomfortable or unpopular. Temperance teaches us to regulate our own emotions and impulses, promoting calm and rational discussions. By consciously applying these virtues, we can elevate the quality of our communication and foster harmonious relationships. 4. Practice active listening. Active listening is a fundamental skill for mindful communication. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, both verbally and non-verbally, and demonstrating genuine interest in their words. To practice active listening, we can maintain eye contact, nod in acknowledgement, and provide verbal cues such as summarizing or paraphrasing what the speaker has said. This active engagement shows respect and validates the speaker's experiences. By being fully present and attentive, we create an environment where individuals feel heard and understood. 5. Cultivating gratitude and acceptance. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the present moment and cultivate gratitude for what we have. This mindset can greatly enhance our communication by fostering appreciation for the people we interact with. By expressing gratitude and acknowledging the positive qualities and contributions of others, we establish a foundation of goodwill and create a positive atmosphere for communication. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of accepting the things we cannot control. In conversations, this means letting go of the need to change others or force agreement. Instead, we focus on expressing ourselves authentically and accepting that the outcome of a discussion may not always align with our expectations. This acceptance allows for more productive and respectful conversations, even in the face of differing opinions. Part 3. Navigating conflict and building bridges. 1. Constructive conflict resolution. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interactions, and Stoicism provides valuable insights for navigating conflicts with mindfulness and integrity. When faced with a disagreement or conflict, Stoic principles encourage us to approach the situation with calmness and rationality. By practicing emotional regulation and reframing our perspective, we can view conflicts as opportunities for growth and understanding. Stoicism also teaches us to separate our emotions from the situation at hand and focus on the underlying issues. This allows us to engage in constructive dialogue, seeking common ground and mutually beneficial solutions. By approaching conflicts with empathy, respect, and a willingness to listen, we can foster understanding and build bridges of communication even in the midst of disagreement. 2. Practicing nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, NVC, developed by Marshall Rosenberg, aligns well with Stoic principles and provides a practical framework for mindful communication. NVC emphasizes the importance of expressing ourselves authentically while also fostering empathy and understanding for others. The NVC model consists of 4 steps: observation, feelings, needs, and requests. By observing and describing the situation objectively, we can avoid judgment and blame. Next, we identify and express our feelings, taking responsibility for our emotions without projecting them onto others. We then identify the underlying needs that are driving our feelings and communicate them clearly. Finally, we make specific requests that address our needs and invite collaboration. By integrating the principles of NVC into our communication, we can cultivate empathy, foster understanding, and resolve conflicts in a peaceful and compassionate manner. 3. Mindful use of technology. In the digital age, technology plays a significant role in our communication. Stoicism reminds us to be mindful of how we use technology and its impact on our relationships. It encourages us to prioritize face-to-face interactions whenever possible, as they allow for richer connection and better understanding of nonverbal cues. When using digital platforms for communication, Stoic principles can guide us in maintaining integrity and respect. we can practice thoughtful and considerate communication, avoiding impulsive reactions or hurtful comments. Stoicism teaches us to use technology as a tool for connection and understanding rather than as a means to amplify conflict or reinforce harmful behaviors. 4. Cultivating patience and tolerance. Patience and tolerance are virtues that Stoicism emphasizes in our interactions with others. Cultivating patience allows us to listen attentively, give others the space to express themselves, and avoid interrupting or rushing conversations. Tolerance, on the other hand, encourages us to accept and respect diverse perspectives, even when they differ from our own. By practicing patience and tolerance, we create an atmosphere of openness and acceptance. We foster an environment where individuals feel safe to express themselves and where dialogue can thrive. Stoicism reminds us that by embracing these virtues, we contribute to the growth and well-being of both ourselves and those around us. Conclusion. Part 3 of this essay explored the application of Stoic principles to navigate conflict and build bridges through mindful communication. By employing constructive conflict resolution strategies, practicing nonviolent communication, being mindful of technology's impact, and cultivating patience and tolerance, we can foster understanding, resolve conflicts peacefully, and strengthen our relationships. Stoicism offers time